today in the three phases put together. The polling was largely peaceful in all except minor incidents in some of the places. Again, on behalf of the Election Commission of India, let me begin with expressing my gratitude to all the voters who came out in a large number to cast their votes for the country and celebrated the festival of democracy. It was especially overwhelming to see the gender, senior citizens and persons with disability queued up at the polling stations and their commitment trouncing the difficult circumstances. I'm thankful to all the electoral machinery, especially the all chief electoral officers and police nodal officers, all nodal officers of different activities of electoral management, all the DOs, SPs, returning officers and their teams for their untiring work, commitment and tenacity. I'm also thankful to the booth level officers and the poll volunteers who work very hard to help the voters at all the polling stations. I'm also thankful to observers, general police and expenditure observers for keeping an eye on the electoral events, and till from the process of nomination till the date of polling, they have been working very hard, and they will also be observing the process of counting after today's poll. Then the maintenance of law and order as well as the confidence inspiring environment is very, very important for the election, and for this I would like to thank the CPF, all the members of CPF, all the state and district police officials for confidence building, and also the enforcement work for the expenditure management. I would like to express my gratitude to all media organizations who have always been engaging with the citizens, voters and all stakeholders and giving all necessary information to the voters, and they're helping in enhancing the participation of voters in the electoral process. I would also like to thank the media for bringing to fore various critical issues impinging on the electoral ecosystem and incidents, and thereby strengthening our resolve to conduct free, fair, participatory, credible, ethical and festive election. Some of the facts about the electoral journey which we have done so far. You're aware that the national election of 2019 is to be conducted in 7 phases. The third phase was heaviest in terms of the parliamentary constituencies going to poll. Looked at in terms of the number of seats and states and union territories involved. The first phase had more volume with 20 seats. Today, on April 23rd, 2019, the voters across 117 parliamentary constituency in 15 states and union territories exercised their constitutional mandate. These account for about 20% of the total seats of Lok Sabha. This number includes 2 Tripura East and part of the Anantnag parliamentary constituency of Jammu and Kashmir, which will go to poll in 3 phases beginning today. To recapitulate the journey so far, a total of 22 states and union territories have concluded their elections completely by the third phase, that is today. In today's bouquet of 15 states, there were 5 states and union territories which had a single phase election today. 2 states, Karnataka and Tripura, with 2 polling days. 2 states, Assam and Chhattisgarh, in 3-phased election. 2 states, Maharashtra and Odisha, as a part of 4-phase election, and 1 state, Jammu and Kashmir, as 5-phased election, and 3 states as a part of the 7-phase elections. So polls were by and large peaceful in 2 Tripura constituency also, where the polling had been deferred on April 18th due to the prevailing law and order situation. We have also crossed one more milestone. All notification for all 7 phases have been issued by now. The last and 7th phase was notified yesterday, that is on April 22nd, 19. The percentage of voting has remained quite consistent in the first 2 phases, while the phase 1 saw a voter turnout of 69.45%. The phase 2 had voter turnout of 69.43%. The another factor that gives a lot of optimism is the enthusiastic participation of women in the election this year. In both the phases 1 and 2, the percentage of women voters to women electorate has surpassed the similar percentage for male voters to male electorate. In phase 1, the figures were 68.53% for female voters to 68.01% in case of the male voters. Similarly, in phase 2, women voters to electorate was 69.47%, while in case of the male voters, it was 69.40%. The size of electorate for the third phase of polls held today was more than 19 crores, of which the women voters were more than 9.29 crores and the person of third gender were 7058. The number of persons with disability electors for phase 3 polls were 9.98 lakhs, and the elections today were concluded from 2.14 lakh polling stations. Now all the notifications for the assembly elections have been issued. As for the election to the state assembly is concerned, polling concluded completely in the first phase of itself for state of Andhra Pradesh, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh. Odisha has 4 phase election with the third phase concluding today simultaneously with the national election. Due to the demise of the contesting candidate Sri Ved Prakash Agrawal from 96 Patkura Assembly constituency in Odisha, the election to the said assembly constituency scheduled to be held on 29th April has been adjourned. As far as today's voting is concerned, the voting is still continuing in some of the places. So we will be only giving you the interim figures of various states and union territories which have gone for poll. And now I would like to go and to different states and give you the figures about different states. And I'll request my colleagues to give the figures and details about their respective states. As far as Chhattisgarh is concerned, again, in the today's election in Chhattisgarh, there were 7 parliamentary constituencies of Sarguja, Raigad, Janjgir, Champa, Korba, Bilaspur, Durg, Raipur, and there are 14 districts comprising of 58 ACs went for poll in Chhattisgarh. Now, if you like to give some figures in total in Chhattisgarh, there were 1.89 crore voters. In the total polling stations, there was 23,771 polling stations in 19,563 polling locations. There was Sangwari polling station, 435 for the women. The poll turnout, which is at the moment we have the figures for 2000 for all the 3 phases put together, it is 67.13 approximately. For this phase of phase 3, at the moment this is known to be 64.02%. Finally, when I conclude, then Mr. Sandeep Saxena will give you all the real-time figures of the turnout. For last time, turnout for phase 3 was 69.09%, and this time interim figure is 69.09% for third phase. In total, for all the phases put together, it was 69.39%. So 64.02% is the figure till now. Now about the Karnataka again, that we with the second phase conducted today, we have now the poll in Karnataka has been concluded. The second phase had 13 districts comprising of 14 parliamentary constituencies, and the 2.43 crore voters and 32,905 service voters were there to vote. The figures regarding seizures and all, Mr. Dilip Sharma will give you. I'll just come to the turnout figures. The total figure which has been informed till 5 p.m. That is 64.8%. So that is the figure, 64.8%. In 2014 election, in total it was 67.2%.
64.8 is only for the third phase or all?
No, it is for all state total. 2014 it was 67.2%. For the second phase, no, Karnataka had only two phase. Yeah. So the figure for the second phase is 60.42, which has been reported so far. In total, I said for the entire state 64.87 against. Yeah. Once again, for Karnataka, for 2014 in total it was 67.20%. Against that, the interim figures are 64.87%. For the second phase, the figures were 66.82%. For up to 5 p.m. the information is 60.42%. 42. Okay. Now about like to give you the figures about Goa. Then two districts of Goa had the poll. Again, I would like to give you just figures about Goa. We have received the information that up to 5 p.m. the figures are 70.90%. 0.90%. 0.90%. Yeah, Goa. Last year for 2014 it was 76.86%. Okay, so the figures we have till 5 p.m. Again, I said that finally real-time figures till now, whatever must have come on the app, Mr. Saxena will give the figures. Now about Gujarat. In Gujarat, 33 districts with 26 parliamentary constituencies and by-election of 4 ACs. They had gone for poll today. The total 4.51 crore voters voting at 51,851 polling stations and 29,155 polling locations. So they had gone for poll. I would just like to give you the turnout figures which has been received. For the Lok Sabha election 2014, it was 63.34%. 63.34%, and at the moment is 59% reported. So we'll let you know later. 59. Yeah, till 5 p.m. And then finally, this is for Dadra and Nagar Haveli. The turnout figures for Dadra and Nagar Haveli are known to be 71.43%. In 2014, it was 84.08%. About 08. 84.08% for 2014 Lok Sabha election, and for 2009 interim figures are 71.43%. For again Daman and Diu, I'll just give you the figures. Last time it was 77.84%. The information received is 73%. 77.84%, and 2019 is 73%. So this is the information. I think I will request Sandeep to further brief about his states.
Sir, Gujarat 61.28.
Okay, I think that I'll request Sandeep to update.
Very good evening to all of you, and thank you very much for being with us. I welcome all of you, and thank my senior colleague Shri Umesh Sinha ji, who has given the overall figure about and details about how this phase 3, has so far turned out to be. I'll very quickly give you a few glimpses of how the electoral roll, IT and ICT is going on. I'm sure all of you must be having the app on your mobile, and you must be seeing live what is voter turnout, and I mean, sitting here itself, almost 1% data entry has improved. So as far as electoral roll is concerned, we are continuously adding all the people who are applying with us, and now on 29th of April, throughout the country, the roll would be frozen. So as of now, up till phase 6, the roll has been frozen. Only for phase 7, the roll is on. And the last information I have got, the total number of electors as on today is 90,99,17,469. This is the total number. I repeat it, 90 crore 99 lakh 17,469. This is the exact number as on today of the electors who are on electoral roll, and of this 1 crore 90 lakh 27,875 are 18 to 19 year young voters. This is again a very big achievement. I again say 1 crore 190,27,875 190,27,875. Yeah, it is 18 and 19, only 2 years who are the first time voters, and also 62,025 so 62,25,860 number of persons with disability have been marked with us. 6225,860 persons with disability. I am very happy to tell that today we have crossed a milestone of having more than 18 lakh number of service voters. Today, number of service voters which are enrolled with us is 18 lakh 424. 1800424 is the total number. I am also very happy to tell you that NVSP, the search portal for name, is going from height to height in utilization, and today 17.9 crore hits were there on the NVSP portal. So this is essentially to find out what is my polling station, what are the details, whether my name is there or not. Some few more things I would like to tell. The voter turnout app today, 30,039 number of people constantly tracked how is the voter turnout on their Android app today, and we'll be coming out with the iOS very soon. And also MCC violation portal is being very often visited by all of us, including you in media and the citizen, and as on date 419 number of violations are put on the portal. I am happy to inform you that the MCC reference portal, where the central ministries can send online their request, has also made operational, and as on date 17 references have been received and the processing is going on, and next week we would be extending the same portal for the state also. That is, the state governments can send their proposal through the CEO for the MCC relaxation. For C-Vigil, total 1,22,774 cases have been reported, and 78% of this have been found to be correct, and action is being taken on that. Voter helpline mobile app, total 2.89 crore times it has been used, and 5,07,394 forms have been uploaded on that. I think enough of figures. I'll quickly come to the state which I am looking, that is Jammu and Kashmir. As you know that for Anantnag Parliament constituency, today in 6 assembly segment of Anantpur district, the poll had taken place, Anantnag. And total 18 number of candidates they are in the fray. Mind it, there are 3 more districts which would be covered for Anantnag district in next 2 phases of poll. For today, the poll percentage is 12.86 as against in 2014 it was 39.37%. So in Anantnag, the poll closed at 4 p.m. 39.37 was for this 6 assembly constituency, and on these assembly constituencies, today's turnout reported as on 4 p.m. is 12.86%. I now request my colleague Shri Sudeep Jain to give the briefing about the states he is looking after and on the EVM and VVPATs.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, friends. Let me quickly first give you the briefs on the states of Kerala, Assam, West Bengal and Tripura. Starting with Kerala, which went for polls today, single phase polls for all the 20 parliamentary constituency. The total number of voters were 2,61,51,534, and this comprises of 1.26 crore male voters and 1.34 crore female voters. Service electors were 53,299. There were 227 candidates. 203 out of these were male candidates, 23 female candidates and 1 transgender candidate. The total number of polling stations in Kerala are 24,973. Straight coming to the poll percentage figures that we have received till 5 p.m. and the poll is still continuing in some of the booths. The total poll percentage today in Kerala was 73.06% as compared to the total percentage of 74.02% in 2014. Now 2014 figures I'm telling are the final figures, whereas the current figures reported of 73.06 are figures as of now, and the further figures are coming. I'll not go into the PC-wise percentage because 20 parliamentary constituencies and all that data is now available online with you. Just a couple of incidents with respect to Kerala. There was an incident at polling station number 151 in Kovalam, which is under the Thiruvananthapuram parliamentary constituency, and there was a complaint that the ballot button, whichever button is being pressed, the vote is going to a specified party only. The entire details were verified by the general observer who personally went, inspected and checked everything. And the report is that the button set against the Congress candidate was hard, but however in the mock poll this was not detected, it was working well. After 76 votes were recorded, the 77th voter informed that the button is not working. Immediately this was checked, found to be jammed, and accordingly in the presence of the agents of BJP, Congress and LDF, the 3 agents were present. In their presence it was replaced. In fact, the candidate of 2 parties, Congress Mr. Shashi Tharoor, and LDF Mr. Devakaran, they visited the polling station at around 11:15 a.m. The observer was present, he explained the entire details and they were absolutely satisfied with this. Apart from this, there had been reports of some 11 deaths that have taken place, voters in Kerala today. All these till now 11 cases.
फिलहाल आपको हम सीधे लिए चल रहे हैं रांची, जहां इस वक्त प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी रोड शो के बाद बिरसा मुंडा की प्रतिमा पर फूल माला चढ़ा रहे हैं, फूल अर्पण कर रहे हैं। इस वक्त हमारे संवाददाता राजेश राज भी हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं। राजेश, बिरसा मुंडा को प्रणाम कर रहे हैं प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी, पुष्पांजलि भी अर्पित कर रहे हैं। क्या मायने हैं बिरसा मुंडा के झारखंड के इतिहास में?
मुंडा जो है वो भगवान कर और जिस तरह से
इस वक्त प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी हाथ हिलाकर सबका अभिवादन स्वीकार कर रहे हैं और साथ ही इससे कुछ ही पलों पहले प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने बिरसा मुंडा की प्रतिमा पर फूल अर्पित किए। और हम जानते हैं बिरसा मुंडा एक क्रांतिकारी थे जिन्होंने आदिवासियों के हक के लिए, अधिकार के लिए उन्होंने लड़ाई लड़ी, अंग्रेज़ों के खिलाफ भी वोट खड़े हुए और कभी हार नहीं मानी और जल जंगल ज़मीन की जो लड़ाई है उसी को आगे अंजाम तक पहुंचाने में उन्होंने सारा जीवन अपना उन्होंने बलिदान कर दिया।
Well, definitely, and he has a role in Jharkhand's history as well. Jharkhand at that time, of course, was part of Bihar. Now it's a separate state, and elections in Jharkhand starting from the 5th phase in Ranchi as well, where Prime Minister Modi conducted his road show. We're now going to take you back to that press conference. In fact, we're not crossing over right now to the Election Commission, but if I could ask you, Prof. Ketkar, in terms of how the elections are poised as far as Jharkhand is concerned, 14 seats at stake over there, and the BJP is facing a formidable opponent in terms of an alliance that has been forged by almost these Congress and these tribal parties that are there.
See, Congress, JMM and JVM, this is really a formidable alliance in Jharkhand. Though there were certain, hiccups while, seat sharing arrangement, they couldn't bring RJD. And on some of the seats, RJD is contesting on its own symbol. But see, first time Jharkhand is led by a non-tribal chief minister. These tribal parties try to play that card again and again. But the way Jharkhand is seeing entire shift from identity politics to development politics, that is incredible.
Okay.
If you visit Jharkhand in last 1.5 years, everywhere you will see some kind of infrastructure work going on. Most importantly, we can't forget the fact that Jharkhand, which never used to feature anywhere as far as the industrialization index is concerned or FDI index is concerned or ease of doing business is concerned, suddenly Jharkhand has come up in that race.
यानी इन चुनावों में विकास का मुद्दा लेकर बीजेपी आगे आ रही है।
That has completely changed the narrative
of the elections. यहाँ पे रुकना चाहेंगे, फिलहाल सीधे रुक करते हैं चुनाव आयोग की प्रेस वार्ता का।
Today 74.05.
No, today phase 3 74%. I gave you the phase-wise totals. I don't have the state total as of now. Coming to the state of West Bengal, today the third phase, there were 5 parliamentary constituencies out of the total 42 parliamentary constituency. 80.23 lakh voters today, comprising 41.06 lakh male voters and 39.17 lakh female voters. 10,804 service electors, 61 candidates comprising of 6 female candidates and 55 male candidates, 8,528 polling stations. Poll percentage for the phase today comprising of these 5 parliamentary constituencies is 78.97%. Coming to Tripura, comprising of 2014, I can give you parliamentary constituency wise percentage if you want. For the 5 parliamentary constituencies, Balurghat 84.67, Malda Uttar 81.50, Malda Dakshin 80.95, Jangipur 80.41 and Murshidabad 85.23. These are 2014 figures I'm giving, which totals to 82.56% for 2014. Incidents of violence, West Bengal, one incident had been reported of murder, one murder of Tiarkul SK, 55 years, at Baligram Gram Panchayat. This is in Murshidabad. This was outside polling station. I'll give you the polling station details. FIR was registered. 3 named accused persons have been arrested. Preliminary report on investigation, which has been received from the report I'm reading out is from the district magistrate. The investigation reveals that there was a personal enmity between the victim and the accused. It is learned that few days before, the victim had beaten the wife of the accused, namely Lalu SK, son of Ajit SK, which could have been the reason for the altercation and scuffle. However, investigation is still on. The said murder incidents did not take place within the 100-meter area of the polling station, which is 62 Bhagwangola AC and Sector 18 till 5 p.m. The polling is going on smoothly in that polling station and 81.69% polling was recorded. Apart from this, there has been an incidence of a death of one Babulal Murmu of Bunyadpur. This was in the news. It was reported as a polling official who has died, but he was not on polling duty. He was posted in the DCRC center and worked in SIO office Rashidpur. Coming to Tripura, as I said, out of 2 parliamentary constituencies, the second parliamentary constituency, which was deferred from 18th April, went for poll today. And as of now, from the reports received, the poll has gone on peacefully. 12.57 lakh voters, comprising 6.37 lakh male voters and 6.20 lakh female voters. 3917 service voters. 10 candidates comprising 2 female candidates and 8 male candidates. Total 1645 polling stations in this parliamentary constituency. 100% webcasting or coverage by web camera has been done in all these polling stations, and the poll percentage as of the figures which were received by 5 p.m. was 79.64%. The 2014 figure was 83.02%. This is for Tripura East parliamentary constituency. Coming to the EVM and VVPAT, I am happy to inform that the largest ever deployment of VVPATs in 2,11,158 polling stations across all the polls which took place today has been very successfully deployed. 2,11,158 polling stations. This has been the largest deployment of VVPATs since its introduction. The replacement figures are 0.57% of ballot units, 0.58% of control units, and 2.24% of VVPATs. So this again, as compared to the previous numbers, is more or less on similar lines. And here once again I would like to clarify that when we say VVPAT replacement, this figure which you are seeing is a result of both a replacement when it takes place when the VVPAT is not functioning, as well as a replacement which takes place when a ballot unit or control unit is not working. So 2.24% is not that these many VVPATs malfunctioned and that's why they were replaced. But because our protocol requires that when a ballot unit or a control unit, any of these malfunctions, it is not operating and these have to be replaced. That time VVPAT also has to be replaced. So the actual number of the VVPAT not working is lower than this. This includes those which are replaced because of this protocol. So numbers I've told you that in 2,11,158 polling stations, this percentage is the total replacement that has taken place.
No, what is the total? What is the number of VVPAT?
So let me give you the total EVMs that have been used first. So ballot units that have been deployed across all these polling stations is 2,81,436. And out of these 2,81,436, total 1,593 ballot units have been replaced. 1,593. Control units that have been deployed are 2,11,158, against which 1,225 control units have been replaced. VVPATs out of 2,11,158, 4,725 VVPATs have been replaced. Thank you. Now I'll request
Mr. Chandrabhushan.
Thank you. Good evening to all. The states which I look after, I am going to give you some basic input related to today's poll data. Bihar, we had election today in 5 parliamentary constituencies. 82 candidates were in fray there, and 88,99,815 electors today were part of the voter list, and the polling happened in 9,076 polling stations today in Bihar, and the voting percentage till 6 p.m. Was 60%, 60% था. 2014 में it was 59.08%. So the figure for this particular election in these 5 PCs have gone up from the last 2014, and in Maharashtra, the next state which I'm going to tell you about, 2,57,89,580 electors, 2,57,89,580 electors today, and it was in 14 parliamentary constituencies. Altogether 249 candidates were in fray, and polling happened at 28,691 पोलिंग स्टेशन, 28,691 मतदान केंद्र थे, और 6 बजे शाम तक 62% वोटिंग इन 14 पार्लियामेंट्री कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसीज में हुई है, 62%. 2014 में दिस परसेंटेज वाज 62.86%. Next state is Odisha, where we are having simultaneous elections. Lok Sabha और विधान सभा दोनों का चुनाव हो रहा है वहाँ पर. 92,56,922 electors were part of the voter list for today's election. Election happened in 6 parliamentary constituencies, for which 61 candidates were in fray, and 42 assembly constituencies where 356 candidates in fray, and the number of polling stations where poll took place was 10,464, 10,464. और जो लास्ट जो फिगर अभी हमें 6 बजे की आई है दैट इज 64%, 64% पोलिंग हुई है। 2014 में वोटिंग परसेंटेज 73.75% था। For Odisha, this was third phase poll, and we will have another last phase of poll on 29. Uttar Pradesh, where we had 1,78,10,946 electors, 10 parliamentary constituencies, and we had 120 candidates and 20,120 polling stations which we have today. 60.52%. This is the voting percentage. 60.52, 60.52%, 6 बजे तक, and 2014 में voting percentage was 61.48%. So this is from my side in all these 4 states, and largely the polling was peaceful, barring few incidents and glitches which already a colleague related to EVM overall picture has been shared. Thank you.
Thank you. So Dilip Sharma.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. For expenditure monitoring in the third phase, the Commission had deployed in all 164 expenditure observers. In addition, we had 3,313 flying squads, 3,858 static surveillance teams, 2,913 video surveillance teams were deployed, 2,938 video viewing teams were there, and lastly the accounting teams were 3,965. And I would like to now share with you the seizure figures affected by all enforcement agencies working for the Election Commission put together. The total cash seizure as on date is 731 crores. Total liquor worth 236 crores has been seized. Total drug and narcotic seizure stands at 1,170 crores. Total precious metal, gold, jewelry and silver articles etc. that have been seized till date stand at 940 crores, and total freebies that have been seized is 47 crores. The grand total of all seizures as on date is 3,126 crores. Thank you. 3,126. And if you recall, in the last press conference, I had shared with you the seizure figures of 2014 elections. I would repeat that. It is 1,200 crores total, out of which 303 crores was cash. Liquor figure for these elections is 236 crores. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Now Mr. Oja.
Yes, good evening. I would like to brief you about the issues related to paid news and some other media related issues. As you know that NCMCs are working at district and state level. Social media expert is also part of this committee. The total paid news cases in this phase are 52 cases. In first phase 56, second phase 51, and total 159 cases of paid news have been detected till now. अब तक 159 पेड न्यूज के केसेस पाए गए हैं। 2014 में ये संख्या 1297 थी, 1297 थी। अभी 159, 159, 52 इस फेज में तीसरे में, 51 दूसरे में और 56 पहले फेज में। सोशल मीडिया से रिलेटेड जो इश्यूज हैं, 574 फेसबुक के पोस्ट या फिर आइदर रिक्वेस्ट फ्रॉम द आवर सोशल मीडिया ऑफिसर्स, नोडल ऑफिसर्स इन द स्टेट एंड एस्केलेटेड बाय अस, और सम ऑफ देम आर डायरेक्टली फ्रॉम अस। 574, 49 ट्विटर 2 यूट्यूब के और 3 व्हाट्सएप के केसेस सोशल मीडिया से हटाए गए हैं। और जो कार्रवाई उन्होंने अपने से की है उसका हमारे पास खाता नहीं।
टोटल
अब तक नहीं, टोटल अब से जब से एमसीसी लगा है तब से यूट्यूब के 2 और व्हाट्सएप